Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we break down everything you need to know about Apple's biggest tech releases, and today, it's all about the highly anticipated Apple Watch Ultra 3. The countdown is officially on. We're just a few months away from what could be one of Apple's most game-changing wearables yet. So if you're a hardcore Apple Watch fan, an adventurer looking for the most durable smartwatch, or someone who's just excited about wearable tech, this video is for you. I'm going to take you through a full deep dive into Apple Watch Ultra 3's rumored upgrades, feature leaks, design overhaul, 5G connectivity, and expected release timeline. But before we get into what's coming in the Apple Watch Ultra 3, let's rewind a bit and explore how this product line even came to be. A quick evolution of the Apple Watch Ultra series. Let's travel back to September 2022. This was the month Apple shocked the smartwatch industry by introducing an entirely new lineup, the Apple Watch Ultra. It wasn't just a slightly enhanced Series 8, it was a total reimagination of what an Apple Watch could be for athletes, explorers, and tech enthusiasts. This wasn't your everyday smartwatch. With a 49mm titanium case, action button, dual-frequency GPS, and up to 36 hours of battery life, the Ultra broke new ground. Then came the Apple Watch Ultra 2 in 2023. Building on that momentum, it brought a brighter 3000-nit display, the powerful S9 SiP system and package chip, and new software features like double tap gesture, but kept the design nearly identical. Now, fast forward to 2024. Apple didn't release a new Ultra model that year, but instead refreshed the Ultra 2 with a new dark titanium finish and some new band options. No major tech upgrades. For a lot of fans, this was underwhelming. But it makes sense now. Apple was holding back for something big. And that brings us to 2025's Apple Watch Ultra 3. 5 major upgrades coming to Apple Watch Ultra 3. So what can we expect from the Ultra 3? According to the most reliable insiders, leakers, and supply chain chatter, Apple is preparing a bold refresh. Here are the 5 massive upgrades rumored to be in development. 1. A slimmer, sleeker, redefined design. Let's start with the most visible change, the external design. While Apple rarely changes designs too drastically, it looks like the Ultra 3 might finally shed some bulk. Insiders suggest Apple is planning to shrink the bezels around the display, giving us a larger usable screen area without increasing the overall body size. If we take cues from the Apple Watch Series 10, which reportedly will be 10% thinner with the new display size, the Ultra 3 might follow a similar path. Imagine a rugged watch that feels more refined on the wrist, maintains its iconic look but is slimmer, more futuristic, and possibly lighter due to material optimization. This thinner profile could also improve comfort for long-term wear, something Ultra users have been requesting for years. To satellite SOS calling and messaging, standalone emergency lifeline. Ultra line has always been about safety and endurance. But 2025 may be the year Apple takes it a step further. According to strong rumors, emergency satellite connectivity is finally coming to the Apple Watch Ultra 3. That's right, no more needing to have your iPhone nearby. If you're lost while hiking, stranded while sailing, or just off-grid, your watch could soon be able to send OS messages or even place emergency calls. Using satellite networks, this would be a revolutionary addition, turning the Ultra 3 into a true survival companion. Apple already introduced this capability on iPhones, starting with the iPhone 14. So it makes perfect sense to bring it to the wrist now that satellite infrastructure and partnerships have matured. Expect this feature to work in partnership with existing satellite service providers, and likely roll out first in countries like the US, Canada, and parts of Europe. 3 new OLED display with ultra-efficient refresh rate is one of the most exciting upgrades. And the Ultra 3 is expected to be a completely new OLED panel and next generation display that's brighter, more efficient, and more adaptive. Let's break this down. Apple is reportedly using a low-temperature polycrystalline oxide LPO LED that can dynamically scale refresh rates from 1 Hz to 120 Hz. Why does this matter? It allows Apple to show smoother animations when needed, like a second-hand sweep, and drop to ultra-low refresh to save power when idle. The always-on display could become even more customizable and functional with better clarity in bright sunlight and less battery drain overnight. Rumors also suggest that Apple may finally introduce micro LED in a future version of the Ultra, but that's likely still a couple of years away. For now, the Ultra 3's OLED 2.0 is a major leap forward. For new S11 chip for speed and smarter health tracking. Next, let's talk performance. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is expected to debut a brand new S11 chip, skipping over S10 entirely. And this could be a game changer in both performance and energy efficiency. The S9 in the current Ultra 2 is fast, No doubt, but the S11 is rumored to include better neural engine capabilities to power more AI-based features, including smarter health insights, improved energy consumption, allowing for longer battery life despite new features and a higher refresh screen, enhanced on-device Siri processing, allowing you to ask your watch questions and get immediate responses even offline. If Apple follows its typical chip upgrade trends, we might also see improvements in sensor processing, allowing for more accurate heart rate, temperature, and oxygen readings even during extreme conditions like cold weather or high altitudes. 5. First ever 5G connectivity in an Apple Watches. You heard that right. 5G may finally be coming to the Apple Watch Ultra 3. This is a massive step. Until now, even the cellular versions of the Apple Watch have been limited to LTE 4G. But with growing demand for faster data access, real-time updates, and faster sensing with the cloud and Apple Maps, 5G is the logical next step. Now, don't expect blazing fast millimeter wave speeds. Those are still reserved for iPhones. But sub-6 GHz 5G support would allow your watch to load data faster during workouts, or when away from your iPhone, send messages, use Siri, or update routes in Apple Maps with improved speed. Improved future app compatibility that may depend on faster networking while battery life remains a concern. The efficient S11 chip should help offset any major 5G power consumption issues. Apple Watch Ultra 3 release date. When can you buy it? Let's get to the launch schedule. Based on Apple's history, we can confidently estimate that the Apple Watch Ultra 3 will be unveiled in September 2025, alongside the iPhone 17 lineup. Apple typically holds its big fall event in the second week of September, with pre-orders starting that Friday, and shipments and in-store availability arriving the following Friday. So here's what that timeline might look like. Announcement event, Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. Estimated pre-orders begin Friday, September 12th, 2025. Release date, Friday, September 19th, 2025. Of course, delays or changes are always possible, especially due to supply chain issues or new technologies being introduced. But Apple tends to stick to its September calendar very tightly. Apple Watch Ultra 3 price. Will it stay the same? Now, the big question, how much will it cost? So far, there's no official confirmation. But here's the breakdown based on current trends. The Apple Watch Ultra 1 and 2 both launched at $799 USD. Despite inflation, material cost, and new tech like 5G and satellite SOS, Apple may try to hold the $799 price point to stay competitive against Garmin and Samsung's high-end smartwatches. However, there are two wild cards to keep in mind. Tariff changes. International trade tensions could affect pricing in different regions. Component cost. If 5G or satellite tech is more expensive than anticipated, Apple might bump the price up slightly, possibly to $849 or more. We'll keep you updated as we hear more from suppliers and analysts. Final thoughts. Is the Apple Watch Ultra 3 worth waiting for? Let's be honest, if you already have the Ultra 2, this might not be an urgent upgrade unless the satellite or 5G features are must-haves for you. But if you've been waiting to join the Ultra Club, the 2025 Apple Watch Ultra 3 is shaping up to be the most advanced and versatile smartwatch Apple has ever created. With a sleeker design, smarter chip, next-gen display, 5G, and emergency satellite calling, Apple is transforming the Ultra from a rugged wearable into an essential companion for life's toughest challenges.